just wanna ride on my motorcycle. I don't wanna tickle, 'cause I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. I don't wanna die, just wanna ride on my motorcycle. It was late last night, the other day, I thought I'd go up and see Ray. So I went up and I saw Ray, and there was only one thing Ray could say was I don't want a pickle, I just wanna ride on my motorcycle. And I don't want a tickle, I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. Yeah, and I don't want to die, just want to ride on my motorcycle.
They told me that the classics never got a style, it's never got a style, that the classics never got a style.
Now is the only thing that's real.
What you do to me, I feed off my mind. Well, then you bring my ability to maintain 20/20 vision on myself. Wanna let the pain go.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news bulletin from our on-the-spot passport.
Oh my gosh, the music just turns me on.
Thinking of a master plan. Deaf with the record, deaf with the record. Thinking of a master plan. Deaf with the record, deaf with the record. Thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents. I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. I used to roll up. I used to roll up. This is a hole up. Ain't nothing funny. Stop smiling. We still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn 'cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I thrive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, 'cause man do I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a taper. Me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. But without no money, it's still a wish. 'Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made. So now's a test to see if I got pulled. Hit the studio, 'cause I'm paid in full.
just won't shake the earth. Up and down the bodies fly when things are right. Take a puzzle to the eye, don't stand around, just take a look around. You maybe miss the answer for your eyes. As it's so bright. Can't afford a meal, but it feels alright. When we're throwing out a fresh I've been here before. I wrote us something, so we try to keep it online. No one ever said, hey kid, this is easy.
Dig this.
I have seen what your children say. All these nuns are praying and dancing kerosene. Stand defiled and be worried. Reconcile. Flooded girls at the back of my window. Quiet slide.
was not an evil man. This was a sick man whose sickness rose to the level of mental illness.
living without you. My life's a game, my life's a shame. I'm not living without you. This heart has been choking, my life's a joke, and I'm not living without you. My life's alone, my life's alone. I'm not living without you. You're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding. You're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding. You're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding. You're bleeding me, you're bleeding me, you're bleeding me.
She was force-fed, believed to be read is a blessing to build her down belief. Matrimony so phony, her upbringing real gluey. Lies a church bound to his spouse, fulfilling a duty. Counting out her own rounds, left room set with all the pound poured out, liquid salt in discussion filled with thorns. She says, zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind. Rings of gold and funds alone. The story turns old, certificates into a fold. Now I rise and unfolds. All the while I focus in a vision with dread to a person that could only be my dad. Mommy bliss is a chocolate box versus regret. She says, he said, zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind. Zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind. The girl next door slaves to explore, get more than she's looking for. Offend Kato, no trick, no clothes, gonna make her feel down the road. Water paint makeup, hard to keep the face up. Manly part is coming phone before she wakes up. Those mistakes make her take a break. Made her when she said goodbye yesterday. Move faster, faster each day. And I stayed on her finest array. Then I heard her say, zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind. Talk to the one who had no fun. From the day of her own from hot behind closed for lunch. Heard the words of great importance. Zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind. Zero to nine, I'm in line with the vibe. Everything else makes me blind.
My name is James Stewart. I live in Haines City, Florida, and I'm 14 years old. Actually, I just got out the 8th grade. Now I'm in the 9th grade, so I don't know if I'm going next year. I think I'm going to get homeschooled. I think that'd be better for me. I can go to more races and stuff. School is important, and racing is important to me, so without school, you probably couldn't count your money. So when I'm in school, I usually go to school from 9 to 4 o'clock, and I ride from 4 to dark. We got 31 acres, so I usually run that a couple times a day. And when I get back in, I start doing my homework and stuff, and do it all over again. I got 7 national championships at Loretta so far. When I go back to Loretta's, I got a couple more years before I turn pro at Loretta's, and after I finish my pro career, I hopefully can go back when bet 30, bet 8 around there, plus 35, and so. When I turned pro, I kind of actually want to probably race at 125 East Coast, and hopefully I want to win a couple of championships in that class and go up to the 250 and kind of dominate like McGrath does now, so I plan to dominate. I think motocross will get more popular because around my school, a lot of kids are starting to ride motorcycles and stuff. Since I go there, like, can I ride with you and can I ride with you and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, you might get hurt at my track, so. Yeah, I like freestyle. I mean, it's pretty cool to go out and watch guys do something fun, you know, like freestyle and still get paid the money for it and get so much publicity. In freestyle, I look up to Travis Pastrana because he busts big too. Probably after I finish with my pro career, I might do some stuff. but by that time they'd be doing like flips and 360s and stuff, so I don't know about that. At my track I got like, my dad built these 2 singles in the back, just on the back straightaway of mine. It's just supposed to be 2 singles, but I cut my track and I just go get a long run at it, hit it wide open about 5th gear on my 100, barely make it. It's like a 115 foot or so. My pressure's not as bad right now, but I think as I go in the Supercross or Motocross, it's gonna be a lot higher as in pressure-wise. So I try not to think about it, just go out and race every race. So, one by one. Hopefully when I get out big time and motocross-wise, I want to buy me a golf course around my house or something. Have a couple of night races there, a couple days, so I want to ride one, tear it up big time.
1, 2, 3,
My name is Cinqmars, 21, Apple Valley, California, and I'm a professional free rider. I've been riding ever since I've been little. My dad's always took me out to, out to here in the desert where we used to come out and ride all the time. And then I got my first good bike when I was 13 though. That's when I started taking it serious. I used to watch like the Supercrosses on TV with like WrathChild and Johnson and Stanton and all them guys, and like I was like, dang, like always seeing them on TV, like always like kind of pumped me up. The whole Terrafirm video, craze thing was cool, because back in the day, like Terrafirm 1 and Terrafirm 2, like I wasn't no one. I was just some kid that was watching the videos on the couch, and like going, wow, watching Doug Henry and all them guys, and I was like, that looks fun. And then I met up with Mike Hatchett that was doing Terrafirm 4, and that was the first day I was out there. We were out in Beaumont, and McGrath was out there and all that, and that was like the first time that I could really like show someone that, I did kind of have skill. How I got involved with MTV and doing jumps for those guys was, we all went down and had a meeting, me, Seth, and Deegan, because they were like, they wanted to jump a house in a suburb, like something like that. And then they kind of talked to him and told him, like what they wanted to do and all that. And I was like, well, basically, if you guys are going to jump a house in a suburb, it's going to cost you way too much money to get all the dirt in there and like permits and all that. So we can just jump my house. Because I knew pretty much how we were going to do it. The ramp was kind of at an angle. I didn't go over the straight top of the house, A lot of people were like, oh yeah, well, he didn't go over the whole house. Well, if you look at the ramp, I went over the top peak of the corner and, and caddy cornered it, you know what I mean? So to get the record straight, I didn't go over the top of the house. I went over the top corner, so I still went over the house, you know what I mean? Contests and like rivalry and stuff, definitely like when you go to a contest, you want to like do good. So when you get to a contest, there's like always a vibe, like with everyone around, like everyone's like kind of on their own like little level and everything. And so I don't really like it, like I like just going out. If I'm gonna ride, I'm gonna go ride with my buddies and have a good time. I don't want to go, oh, who's the best guy today, And no one's better than anyone else, everyone's the same. We're all in this to do good, and like everyone just get along, and everyone will have fun, and everyone will make their money while they can, and everyone will be happy. If I'm gonna get hurt on my motorcycle, So I'm not scared of getting hurt, because it's gonna happen. You just gotta live with it, people die in car crashes every day. And, if I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna get hurt on my bike. But like, things that I've broken my leg, I've broken both of my shoulders, I've broken, fingers, stuff like that. Nothing really too major, Just, I've broken things, and that's what's gonna come if you ride motorcycles, you're gonna break stuff. Everyone breaks things. My suggestion to kids that are like wanting to do freestyle, get time on the bike. That is your main thing right there. Getting time on the bike. Go to the track, ride for a while, You gotta learn things about the bike, You can't just go off a lip and then not know how the bike's going to react in the air, you know what I mean? You got to know all that stuff when you're taking off. It's all got to go through your head as, you know, you're hitting a jump. And, you know, once you get so many times of jumping, you know what your bike's going to do. You know how to come out of a situation if, you know, your front end gets kicked high, you know what I mean? You hit the back brake, you know? Like, kids aren't even knowing that right now, and just getting so wrecked out there, and I'm just like, oh my God. Because everyone thinks they can be a freestyle guy now. There's like, I see it all the time, like, oh, I can do that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, go ahead. And then you see that guy getting carted off in the ambulance. So, you know what I mean? There is skill in doing this, you know what I mean? Goals as in riding, I've pretty much already like kind of accomplished all my goals, you know what I mean? But whatever keeps coming is good. You know, I've been on MTV. I've had four prime time spots on MTV, and they keep running, you know what I mean? So I'm always on the TV thing, and that's really, really good for me and my sponsors and getting me recognized, you know? And then you got the contest. I mean, I watched the X Games ever since I was little, and being able to go there and get a medal was just like ridiculous, like how excited I was. You know, my parents were there the first time, and like that was just like a really, really good feeling, like being able to do that. I don't even care if I don't ever get a medal again. That was just, nothing will ever replace the first time I got a medal. It's cool for me to be able to have people look up to me, because I looked up to all the like race guys for a while, and then now for me to have people to look up to me is it's a big goal that I accomplished, you know what I mean? Like, I've always wanted that, and I got it.
Awesome. My name's Ricky Carmichael. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Havana, Florida. This is my 4th season as a professional, and here I am. I think, you know, from amateur days to now is definitely what I expected, probably a little more. It's a big jump from amateur to professional, and it's definitely fun. I think the money has gotten a lot better, and the fans and the show has gotten a lot better from what I've seen when I was racing amateurs and up till now. Even the 4 years that I've been racing, I've seen a difference. I think my view on freestyle is it's their own little sport, you know. They're doing their own thing, and we're doing our own thing. I kind of stay out of it a little bit. I know some of the motocrossers and the freestyle guys don't get along, and you know, I don't get into that much. And personally, I like racing better. It's the roots of motocross, but the freestyle guys are definitely taking the tricks to a different level. They're pretty insane. With the competition these days, you know, it's really tough. It's not easy work at all. It's gotten really hard this year. I think there's 4 or 5 guys that can win. It comes down to not who's the fastest, but who makes the less mistakes. Definitely coming up from the amateur ranks in a couple years is going to be Bubba Stewart. He is one of a kind. The guy is dominating. He wins like by 30 seconds every race I hear about or watch him. He's a cool kid, and he's got a flashy style, and he's awesome pretty much. That's all there is to say. The first Terrafirm there with me, Travis, and Bubba was kind of a little plug-in for us, I think, from Fox, just wanting to get their amateur guys in there and give us our 2 minutes of stardom, I think, is what it was based around, I think, which was cool. You know, we had never been in videos before, and Fox was coming out with the first cool motocross video, and we were sponsored by them and just hooked up, and there we were.
We got a place back home called the Dairy Queen and get blizzards. I like chocolate, vanilla, cookie dough, and Oreos mixed in.
I really didn't want to mention the Dairy Queen thing, but because everybody mentions that now, but that was funny. I get
I catch a lot of flack about that still. Whenever hey, you remember the first Terrafirm at Dairy Queen, man? I made it sound like no one has a Dairy Queen in their town when the things are nationwide. I think the new motocross video games are awesome. You know, I have my own that THQ makes, which is a championship motocross, featured by Carmichael. It's pretty cool. That's the last thing I ever thought of having, you know, as an amateur, being a professional one day, is having your own video game and going to stores, you know, like Best Buy or whatever, and seeing your video game in there. It's awesome. It's cool that companies these days are able to do that for you. I'd say to the little guys coming up that look up to me, I'd just tell them that, you know, listen to their parents, have a good time, and ride as much as they can, and always give it 100%. And if you make it to our level one day, it'd definitely be worth the wait, for sure. I just want everyone to remember as when I retire is a good person, fun to watch, you know, fun to you know, have a good time with, and a good ambassador to the sport, you know, and hopefully I'll be able to take it to another level as Jeremy did. That's my plans, at least, and that's what I hope people look back at me as.
Who I am and what I'm about. I guess, you know, there's this conception of me as being this crazy madman that people see on film, and then I guess it comes out in my personality a bit as well. And some people take me the wrong way. A lot of people figure I don't have too many cares, and I'm never really down about anything. But there are, you know, I'm a fairly serious guy. I keep a smile on my face most of the time. But yeah, there's definitely a different side of me than what a lot of people think. I've been cutting trail up on this mountain and this area for about 22, almost 23 years now. Free riding to us is going, you know, we need to go that way 20 kilometers, and there's no trail there, no one's ridden there, so we make the trail, and that's how that started. It's sometimes you get into some brush that's so heavy you could spend the time breaking branches down or cutting them down, or just wheelie through them and snap them out of the way and chew bark off as you're going by. And yeah, that's pretty much how it all started. And there's, you know, a few of the old school guys out here who still ride like that, and I guess I'm still old school, I guess. Conquering terrain, I guess when I look at someone, we're heading down a trail or someplace, and we look up and someone goes, could you imagine if you could ride up that? And we'll go, well, let's try it. And, you know, no, you can't. And you give it a try, and you hook up, and all of a sudden you almost make it, and everybody's going, my God, that's so cool. We got to all try that. And, I mean, that's what motivates me to try a lot of these things, is it just, you know, it's more of a dare or something. And if it's even 90% possible in my mind, it's worth a try. I'm just a lanky, legs and arms everywhere flailing. You know, I like to just hang loose and work with the machine, and I've heard people say I look smooth. I think I look just like a puppet on a string on my bike. I mean, that's why I like feeling it all, you know, working as one with your machine. And yeah, and you know, when you can pick lines and read terrain, and yeah, it's just, it's like dancing. It's like doing a waltz with your girl. I've got going through my head is something like, you can do it. But no, really, a lot of visualization, especially if it's something that looks like the consequences, if the run doesn't go right, that the consequences are big. It's a lot of visualization and just building your confidence up, and maybe thinking through some of the scenarios if you're tucking and rolling around trees or big boulders, and, you know, self-preservation thoughts maybe sometimes. There's a clip in Terrafirm 4 where we went out. There was a big sand cliff, basically. The wind had blown up this big pinnacle, and there's a log 40 or 50 feet down from the edge of it, and launching off of it, the sand, after a couple times, it spun up, and there was no drive off the top. And coming off the top of it, it's about a 1,000-foot drop, and you're dropping 40 or 50 feet, and there's debris and logs and that, and I messed up. I grabbed a handful of throttle. When I scrubbed the speed off on the face and clutched it, shot straight up in the air, and I'm looking through my armpit trying to figure out where I'm going to land, and I couldn't find the rear brake pedal, and I had a lot of time to think in the air there, and yeah, I knew it was going to hurt. I didn't think it would hurt so much. So I had a lot of things going against me. Being Canadian, we're usually pretty underrated, or it's hard to get the funding to go to hit some big races, to see some good competition. And the film thing has really brought a lot of that recognition, and that's one thing I really appreciate, and I hope I'll never take for granted that, you know, it brings you that recognition, and then it's therefore easier to keep riding, because it's, I mean, more economical, because you got people helping you out and sponsors, and yeah, that way I'm very grateful to the film and being part of the film industry of that. You know, I'll go out and be recognized somewhere, and people, you know, come up and go, you know, hey, madman, gee, let me buy you a beer. Whoa, have a tequila shot or something. And, you know, I'll go along with it just to, you know, keep the relations with the public going. I'll do that. But, you know, it's definitely not like that. I don't think as much as people think. I'm pretty laid back and just an easygoing guy, and pretty approachable. I've had a lot of really bad injuries over the years, and people have said, geez, you don't make money at this, why do you do it? And it's, I mean, off-roading, if you're not in it for the love of it, you know, that's it. You know, stay based, stay grassroots, and enjoy it for what it is, not, you know, not because you want to be in the magazines or pick up chicks or, you know, look cool with all your riding gear on. I mean, you know, the coolest guys to me out there doing it are the guys out there who are just riding, whether their boots are held together with duct tape, or you know, they're wearing Dayglow pink gear from 15 years ago. That doesn't matter. It's, you know, you're out there, you're riding, you're having a good time, and you know, taking in the outdoors. I think we haven't pushed the envelope yet. There's still a lot of locations that are special in that they're exotic, or a lot of people wouldn't get to see them, and to boot, they're just some sick stuff out there, and some really stuff that people, I think, might even find hard to believe a motorcycle can cover that kind of terrain. We're going to go there.
You ready to go riding, Muddy? Let's ride. Come on, let's ride. Let's go.
Doug Henry, 30 years old, from Torrington, Connecticut.
I guess it started out as riding a bicycle, jumping manure piles, you know. It was just a challenge, and it was, you know, it was a challenging thing, and it was exciting. The high that you get first time you do something, that first big step you take is, it's such a good feeling. You know, it's just like, wow, I can't believe I just did that.
My first, year of racing was '85. First race broke my arm. I didn't really decide to choose it as a career until '95, I guess, you know. I mean, this was after riding for Honda for a couple of years. You know, I was still looking at it as just a hobby, I guess a fun thing to do. And then when you start making money at it, I guess it becomes a career. I didn't really decide to make it a career. Certain years you have different competitors, but as a whole, I'd say that Jeff and Jeremy were the toughest. You know, and then you come to certain tracks, and some guys are faster than others. But when it all comes down to it, I'm my toughest competitor. When I originally did it, you know, I thought, I hurt my back. You know, I was worried because I wasn't going to be ready for the second moto. And then as time went on, and you know, we went and got X-rays done, and you know, it was looking really bad, and we had some doctors' opinions saying it was really bad, and then we found a doctor that said that they could get me back to 100%. They could get my body back to 100%. Stacy and I, when we were in the hospital, we said, you know, 3 months. I said, you know, we both agreed that we wouldn't decide to go back to racing for 3 months. 2 weeks later, I remember sitting in the driveway in our Oxford house, and I'm sitting there and I was thinking for a while. I was real emotional at the time. I said, I'm going to go back to racing. And she just looked at me and smiled and said, 3 months, we're going to decide. I said, okay. You know, I just didn't want to, I didn't want to like kind of upset her, I guess, you know, deciding to so soon, but I knew then that, that I'd be back racing. Bodily injuries, you know, are just, it's just, it heals, you know. It's, you know, that stuff is easy, in a way, that stuff is easy to build. It kind of does it by itself. Mentally is, that's a tougher game to, a tougher strength to master. And I felt like mentally I was real strong. Even though my body was busted up, I was still mentally strong. You get setbacks and you learn from them, and, you know, everybody has it, you know, everybody gets injuries. You know, I feel bad for Jeff. I gave him a call, you know, just to talk to him and just to hope that he's doing good, you know, because I know it's a tough thing to come back from one injury, but then let alone do it again, you know, it's kind of tough. But if you want to do it, if it's in your heart to do it, you know, you'll be sure to come back. It was the end of '96, and like, you know, '95 I broke my back. I came back to racing in '96, and I struggled the whole year. I won the moto at Washougal, and I finally felt like, okay, I'm getting back competitive again. And then, you know, I was going to negotiate for another year, and they had said that they wanted me to ride a four-stroke, and you know, and I'm like, what, you know? I just struggled all year. Now you want me to ride this thing that, you know, who knows what it's all about and everything. And so that was my first impression. Well, then I went out and rode it, okay? And I rode it at a real hard, slippery, fast track, and of course it's going to be better there. And it was neat. It was a cool-looking bike. I mean, the thing looked, you know, I've never seen anything like it. You know, I looked at it as a challenge and something different, you know. Maybe I didn't have to go for, you know, just thinking of myself and winning for myself. Maybe I could look at it as going out there and just trying to do the best on a different type of machine. It was just kind of like a new challenge. I think since two-strokes have dominated for so long, there's always been a two-stroke fan and a four-stroke fan. But the four-stroke fans, they didn't have much to talk about, you know, because just the two-strokes were so dominant. So I really had a big following going to the four-stroke and then being successful on it. So many of the four-stroke guys could come out of the closet, you know. Pete Fox called me up and asked me if we could do a photo of my scar. I guess he saw it somewhere or something, and he asked if he could do a photo. And I kind of felt weird. I guess it's kind of ugly to me. I just don't like it, you know. I'm scarred. He was looking for a certain type of ad, and if it came out the way he wanted it, he'd run it, and if it didn't, he wouldn't run it. So I was happy with that. I thought it came out really good. You know, I thought it was really neat. And then again, I had a lot of response, you know, from that photo. I guess my philosophy on life is you could have whatever you want if you just want it bad enough. I think you should have fun no matter what you're doing, you know. Don't take things too serious. This little piece of paper hangs on my fridge, and I try and go by it, try to live by it. It's just something that says attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on my life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearances, giftedness, or skill. It would make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is plan the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Attitude is everything.